Hi everyone, this is Mr. Murphy. In this class, I will assume I'm teaching a boy whose name is Jim. Jim, are you ready for today's class? My name is Mr. Murphy. I'm a skilled Microsoft and UNESCO certified digital teacher. Okay, so let's delve right into this topic. I'm sure you are going to love this topic. You love this topic. So the topic is question tags. Now, when I say question tags, I could also say tag questions or tags. Did you get that, Jim? Now, can you please repeat that? Question tags, tag questions, or tags. They mean the same thing. Okay. Now, what are question tags? What are question tags? You know, sometimes when you discuss with someone, maybe your mom, your brother, or sister, or anyone, or even a friend, sometimes you need to confirm if they got the idea you're trying to communicate. For example, I could tell you, Jim, do you understand this? Or, Jim, you do understand it, don't you? You see that? You do understand this, don't you? That don't you is a tag. So now that I've given you an example of a tag, of a question tag, how would you define a question tag? Oh, so you said a question tag is a question. Okay, I think that's a good idea. But I want us to consider it a bit more broadly. So I'm going to share my slide with you. Now, when we say question tags, they are short questions added to statements for confirmation. Just like what I did earlier when I asked a question, I wanted a confirmation from you. I wanted you to confirm it. Jim, I wanted you to tell me, give me a confirmation, probably to say yes or to say no. That's a confirmation. That's the use of question tags. So we ask for confirmation from people when we use question tags. Now, what's the purpose of question tag? The purpose is to clarify or to get confirmation from people. Okay? So you clarify tone and verify information in conversations. What helps you to do this? Question tags. Is that clear, Jim? Okay. Now, just in case you missed that, I'm going to put up the definition in the chat box. Please check the chat box for the definition again. Short questions added to statements for confirmation or clarification. Confirmation and clarification mean the same thing. Okay, especially in this case. Now, let's have some examples. Now, look at the first example, please. Can you see the first example? Example 1. Yeah, please read it. Correct. You are coming. That's a statement. You see, we have a statement and we have a tag or question tag. So after you are coming, you have a comma, and the next thing you have is aren't you? That's asking for confirmation. Aren't you? I want to know if you are coming. Isn't that so? So that's correct. Thumbs up to you, Jim. Now let's scroll down. We want to consider the principles. What are the principles that help us to use question tags correctly? We have some principles. You know, everything, every subject you do has a principle, even life has a principle. So what are the principles or the structure we use in question tags? Those are the things we want to consider now, Jim. Now, from all we've discussed with the example and the definition, is there any principle you think would apply? I would like to hear from you. Okay. Okay. You said they are short questions. I think you're right. I think you're very correct. They are short questions, meaning you are not asking the question all over again like a sentence. You are not saying, are you not coming? No, that's not what you're doing. You're just asking, aren't you? Aren't we? Can't I? That's it. So let's look at the principles, the structure. Now the first one is we have positive statements and negative tag. That's it. Whenever you have a positive statement, that's a statement without not. For example, I am tall, you are smart, we are learning. These are statements. So what comes next? What comes next is a negative tag. For example, if I say we are smart, the next tag would be, the question tag would be, aren't we? She is tall. Maybe your sister, your younger sister, she is tall. The next one will be what? Isn't she? Nice one, Jim. You got that. isn't she. Another one is she is, or let me say she was playing. The tag will be what? Wasn't she? So that's it. Positive statement goes with negative tag, but a negative statement goes with positive tag. Let me give you a negative statement. If I say something like she isn't fast, she isn't, you see there's isn't already, that means there's not in the statement. The tag will come as is she. You see that? So isn't becomes is, wasn't becomes was. For example, she wasn't outside. The tag is was she. Now, can you give me an example, Jim? Give me an example of a positive statement and a negative statement. I would like to hear your opinion. Positive and negative statements. Okay, Jim, I got those ideas. You said number one, you said the positive statement is I am your friend. That's positive. And a negative statement you said is he wasn't outside. That's correct. I like that, Jim. It means you understand this topic. So now let's move on to some key points. We must understand that our use of auxiliary verbs from the main sentence. Now, those is, was, as, have are called auxiliary verbs. Okay? And we also have to consider statement in subject. We have to consider the agreement in subject and verb terms. So agreement would be how much does the subject. Hey Jim, tell me what's a subject? Okay, I think I got that well. You said it's the performer, the person who does something in a sentence. I think that's good. That's smart, Jim. Thumbs up to you. Now let's move on to the next slide. Examples in context. Look at these examples. I want you to read these examples. We have with the first example. They can swim well. Correct. And the tag is can't they? You see that? So the can becomes can't, and it's like change it to the negative form and take it back. Can't they? Now the second one, you haven't met before, and it becomes have you? Isn't that so? Thumbs up to you. And also it is raining, isn't it? Jim, I like the way you're participating in the class. This is active learning and I appreciate that. Now let's look at some exam preparation tips. Now this is it. For exam preparation, I would suggest that you check misplacing, you kind of like avoid misplacing the auxiliary verb, and also you have to be careful with incorrect subject verb agreement. Incorrect subject verb agreement is when the subject does not go well with the verb. For example, there is, no, that's incorrect because there is plural, but is singular. Isn't that so, Jim? That's a good one. Now, we also have strategies, and the strategies for learning, of course, I'll give you practical feedback as you learn this topic, and then read sentences allowed to check natural intonation. You have to read your sentences to be sure of the intonation, so you know, oh, this is the question, this will be the time. Okay, now we have some system. You know, we've talked about this. Isn't becomes is, was become wasn't, but this is it. Sometimes you have examples. You have examples of, we have what we call negating examples, meaning they don't go with this system. For example, if I say she jumped the fence, you can't tell me jumped she. That doesn't make sense, does it? So what do you say? If I say she jumped the fence, you have to look at the verb there, jumped. That's in past tense. So if you have a past tense verb, it becomes didn't. So she jumped the fence, didn't she? Did you get that? Because it's in past tense. But if it was something like he jumps the fence, which is present tense, it becomes doesn't he or doesn't she, depending on who you are discussing. Okay? Now look at it. Look at the examples I gave you. You can see example 1, 2, 3. Please read the examples. Okay. That's a good one, Jim. Now, do you have any question from there? No? Okay. Worksheet. Look at this example preparation. This is optional, but I want you to consider them. For example, you can speak Spanish and the tag will be what? Can't you? That's a good one, Jim. And the second one, he isn't coming today. Is he? Wow. Jim, I love this. This is active participation. I appreciate you for this. Now let's look at this slide. Now this is your worksheet. You have about 12 questions here, and I want you to go through these questions and answer them. Can you do that? Thumbs up to you. So I'll be waiting for feedback to mark your work, and I'm sure you're going to perform well. Please, if you have any question as you answer these questions, feel free to ask me. I'm here for you. Thank you very much.